Alright, well, I don't know what's going on, but I'm having all kinds of technical issues this morning. We'll just kind of working through them. Fish finder's not working. GoPro's not working. You go fishing in the rain one time and everything just goes haywire. Issues this morning. We'll okay, let me get everything adjusted. Working through them. Fish finder's not working. All right. All right, we're back up here. Let's see what we got. We're out here on our spot. We still got no actual fish finder. We got GPS. We're just operating purely off GPS today. So I'm gonna get my buff up because it's gonna be sunny. It looks like, even though they called for thunderstorms, it's gonna be sunny. Last week they said there was going to be a thunderstorm in the afternoon. It rained all day. So I've been seeing a few little bitty bass come up and just pop. And I got a little lure on my spinning rod called a riser bait. That's a real good bait for that kind of stuff. So if we see that happening, there goes one right there. We're gonna give it a shot. See if we can get that, come up and hit that thing. There he is. Look at that. They're not big fish. Oh, he came off. They're not big fish. They're just like little 10 inches or something, but you know, kind of cool just to see them out there and make them bite. All right, we're in our zone now, so I know there's some grass out here. Some good milfoil growing out off this hump. We're gonna see if we can get us a good bass to go with it. I mean, there's a bunch of that little rogue year class bass. And one of them hit my popper earlier when I was in the middle of messing around. All right. And we're just gonna take our time working across this. Can't see where anything's at, so we're just kind of feeling it out with our bait, so to speak. Just pushing this thing fast across the surface, hoping something comes up and blasts it. And if it doesn't, we may go across it with something else that's a little bit subsurface and see if we can get something working. We need something working. Nothing else is working. GoPro's not working. Fish finder's not working. We need something that works. And before anything else bad happens, I need to retie. If it stays like this, it's going to be crazy busy out here today. It's already crazy busy. I was surprised I was able to find a spot at the boat ramp. We got two tournaments going on out of here. It looks like we got some kayak guys, and we got some I think it's CBA, Chattanooga Bass Association. But either way, we're just doing our thing and hoping for the best. Get a little quick retie on here and then live. Last thing I want to do is get a big old fish on and then have them break me off because of a bad line. And on this lake, there's the potential for a big fish at any moment. We'll take our time with it and probe around, see if we can get something come up and blast. Usually I'm fishing a little faster, but since I can't see where I'm fishing, I'm just kind of, I'm gonna feel around a little slower. It may work out. I'm still moving my bait just as fast, just not moving the boat through these areas as quickly as I normally would. I think we're entering that time of year where they kind of get a lot of fish are a little bit deeper. There's always fish shallow, but in this grass, when they get in this grass, they'll get on the highest points of it, but I can't see where those spots are. I'm basically just running off of past tracks where I've had this stuff located in the past, or marks, anywhere where I might have it marked. I got something on my bait. I guess no, we got hung up on my hook. Ooh, I'm gonna retie again. I don't like the way that line's looking. Just line's not looking right. Let's go ahead and retie again. That line down there just doesn't look good, so feeling some bad spots and stuff, so I got to do that. When that happens, I'm retying. I'm not playing around. All right. Cinch it down. I know we got some grass over here. I'm just going to work this top water for a little while. See, we might be a little bit, I mean, it's only 7 o'clock, but we might be a little past prime. You know, the sun comes up, it gets tough. Can be anyway. We're gonna run this for a little while, and then we're gonna do a little, we'll get up real shallow and see if we can do anything in some pondweed maybe. Got a fish finder out, so making things difficult on me. I might have something I can use in the interim though. Not today, but here's a little bitty fish just came up right there. I got this little riser bait on. Let's see if we can get him to come up and hit it. Nope, that one didn't come up and hit it. If you can throw this thing right on them, a lot of times it'll come up and bust it. Make a cast over here to see if anything wants to play. It's a neat little bait. You just kind of throw it out there and reel it in. It's real erratic. It looks kind of like a spawning shad or a little bait fish trying to escape. Just kind of zigzags across the top and it kind of kicks off every now and then. It's a neat bait. All right, back to our main deal here. There he is. There we go. Decent little fish. Come out of that grass. Come on, baby. Yeah, decent bass right there. Oh, yeah. Ooh. See if we can get him out of here without any. I'm just gonna lift him in because he got a big old mouth full of hooks. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of right there. Let me get a hold of the bait and then I'll get a hold of the fish. There we go. Get these hooks out of her. We'll get her put back. Yeah, nice little bass. 2.5 pounder or so. All right. They're out here. You just got to make them bite. You got to get in the right position. Well, we caught 2 today. I don't think it's going to be quite the action that we were getting down at Gunnersville last week, but something not right with that one. Something not right. I don't know what it was, but something wasn't right. Skittering this thing right across the top, just moving it pretty fast. Get a bite every now and then. See what's going on with my line. I think my line ties, yeah, I gotta put some more knots on there. With this bait, it's real important that the line tie be below the midsection of where you tie it on there. And I normally will take a bunch of old knots and just leave them on there, but I think some of them got pulled off because it was able to get up a little too high. So when I retie this, I'm gonna leave that knot on there, and that'll help keep it buffered down. So think it's going to be quite a bit slower for me today, not being able to. Ooh, is he on? Dang, that was a good fish. I believe that was a good fish. We're going to put it right back in there and see if we can get him. Kind of went off to one side, but I'm going to pop it slow a couple of times. See what this kayak guy's doing. Here he is. I got him that time. I got him that time, by George. I'm watching that kayak guy. Yeah. Oh me, oh me. There we go. Nice little bass. Came back and got it, didn't he? All right. Found me a little spot. Oh, now he's gonna come in here. Nah, bro, that's not how this is gonna work. Yeah. Of course, you catch fish and then you get a bunch of crap on your bait. Ooh. They're right back in there. Maybe we got another one in there that's excited for my little pop-R. It's 2 quality bites though. 2 quality bites. Casting it up in there just a little bit further than what I've been fishing. Getting some action. Oh yeah, I keep it I like to mix it up. I don't. Do gunner for 1 week. I mean, I live near Chickamauga, so it's not a terrible drive for me. I don't really like nickajack, so I don't fish nickajack very much. But even though it's on the upswing, don't tell anybody. Had 2 good bites off this hump right here. Yeah, I got some stuff on my bait or something's going on. Get down over here, I'm gonna run in this little pocket and see if there's anything growing. Usually some pondweed in there that can be good. This water rising all of a sudden, it's kind of got what I had going on messed up. So I just gotta readjust, wait for the grass to get back up where I want it to keep being able to do this top bar thing, I think. But yeah, I like the old school stuff. You know, everybody's looking for all these new things, those little whatever they're called, dice baits or sea urchins or whatever they're calling them. I'm out here just using some old school. You know, bass don't live real long, so you know, something goes out of vogue for a few years, you can come back in and start using it and catch fish on it. Not that the popper ever went out of vogue, because I don't believe it did, but you know, it's nice. It's nice to be able to come out here and do something different from everybody else and feel like nobody else is doing it, because they're all doing that forward-facing sonar stuff or fishing those minnows or those sea urchin baits. Come out here with a little top water and see what happens. They'll hit them. Sometimes they hit them real good too. I probably stuck with it last week a little bit too long. Had some real choppy conditions on Gunnersville and it just wasn't working. They were hitting it, but they weren't getting it. And that wind was churning that water up a little bit, so I just went to a spinner bait and started getting bites, so that was good enough for me. I like fishing spinner baits. I like fishing big square bill crankbaits, especially in the spring. I'll fish a soft plastic, but I don't really like it unless they're really, really hitting it. If you got a good pattern going on or something. But I'm fishing this thing fast. This is not a slow deal. I think I'm gonna make a little shallow pass here and I have no idea how deep I am. My fish finder messed up back there. Having all kinds of technical issues this morning, and I won't be surprised if that GoPro doesn't overheat before it's over with. It doesn't do good on these kind of days where it's kind of hot and sunny and no wind. It does not do good in those conditions. So if we lose you, I'll get something back going as quick as I can, so just be patient with me. I tried it without the case, the little mini mic case this morning, because I've got a little alternate deal, but it didn't want to stay. Power wasn't working on it. Little power source didn't do what it needed to do. So this is what we got. Just doing the best we can with what we got right now. I don't think there's very much grass on this side. I'm just kind of stinks that I don't have any kind of sonar whatsoever. I'm just kind of basically fishing by GPS, which is not the best way to do it. I guess I could put a chatterbait or a spinnerbait or something on and figure it out, or a jig. We'll just be surprised when we get a bite. How about that? Alright. Alright, we're just going to cross back over. Just going to go right over the top of this thing and fish around, and then we're going to go in this pocket over here and see what's happening. It's still got a little shade on it. Ooh. This bait, I've been using the smaller version of this thing, and the small version catches a lot of fish. But I thought this year I'd try this bigger one and see if maybe I could get some bigger fish on it. A couple weeks I got one 7.5 and a 4 on back-to-back casts. So I'm sticking with this bigger one for now. Just you don't get quite as many bites on it, but you do get. It does seem to catch a little bit better quality fish most of the time. We're just right on top of this hump now. I don't think there's any grass right on top of it, but we'll kind of cast around out towards the deeper water, and you know you're going to come across it. Probably, for what I'm doing, it might be a little bit more efficient way to fish it, but I don't know. We're going to sit here for a minute and just cast around and oh, there he is. Cast around and see what happens in there. It happened, didn't it? Another decent fish, not as big as that last one. They like this little popper in that water. Swing him on up here. All right. Not a tournament winner by any means, but I need some pliers. But decent bite. Oop. All right, come on. There we go. There we go. Nice bass. Keep these out. Get back. I think I bent my hook up, so let's see what we got. I use kind of fine wire hooks on this thing just so they hook up a little bit better and they don't create as much drag in the water, because you want this thing kind of skipping across the top. Make another cast back out there where that fish bit. Maybe there's another one out there. You can do that out here a lot of times. You can get a bite, always throw back in there, because a lot of times there'll be another one in there ready to go. Good, we're getting a couple of bites here and there. I was worried when my fish finder quit working on me. I was like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I mean, I don't see any grass. I'm just sitting out here. I know where there's some at, but it's not like I can pinpoint it at all. Yeah, I've lost some of my little buffer knots that I use to keep that line down on that line tie where I want it. So I have to get that fixed up here. In a bit. For the moment, we're doing okay. There you go, so I'll go over a little crap to get on my bait. Yeah, there we go. Gets a couple of good bites over here. Oh. Saw a little bitty bait fish scooting. I'm gonna throw this riser over there in just a second to see if something comes up and wants to play with that thing. This is such a neat bait to me, man. If you never checked out the riser, check them out. They're a little pricey. Well, I think Strike King's got a knockoff. I don't know how good it works, but it's just a really, really neat bait. And if you're around schooling fish, if they're coming up blasting the top and you're not getting them, you can throw this thing exactly where they hit on the surface and you will catch them just about every time. If you're right on top of them, they'll come up and grab it. Just a real subtle little bait. But it just looks like one of those little, to me it looks like a little shad spawning or one of those little dace minnows trying to get away. The way they kind of dart along, and you can reel it fairly fast, and it on the surface it kind of wobbles like a spoon. But it'll kick off to the side every now and then, so it makes it just a little bit more erratic. It's just a neat effect. It's a little bit tricky on getting the speed right though. If you reel it too fast, it'll just not work, and if you reel it too slow, it's not going to work right. All right, let's go back to our main jam. See what we got going on. I think it's going to be a steamy one out here today. Water temperature was showing 85 when I put it in this morning. Can't imagine that's right, but I don't know why it would be wrong. Ooh, I see some stuff under the surface right here. Okay. I'm gonna mark this little spot when we get to it. That might have been where our bass were holding earlier. We got a little bit of pondweed on the surface there, it looks like. Well, right here where I'm sitting, I got some stuff coming up high. Let's go ahead and mark that.